That's what you are, like figments of imagination, a galaxy with no limitation.
So let's jump into the Natural Hair Weekly, the magazine, the online magazine. And if you haven't checked it out, you can check us out at www.naturalhairweekly.com. Sign up and subscribe, or you can go to us on Instagram at NHWeekly, at NHWeekly, or Twitter, same handle, at NHWeekly. A couple of articles. Let's do the wrap up, because it's still hearing some rumblings, but I just we decided we'd get over this quickly. Let's talk about the Shea Moisture thing really quickly and wrap it up. I know it's a sore subject, but what are your thoughts? Yeah, we still are. We just got just a 5-second wrap up. What were your thoughts, Candice?
Oh boy. I don't know where to start. I mean, it's really bittersweet. I find that it's really bittersweet. It's really unfortunate that there are good people that just did one bad thing. And
nice.
the effects of it it's massive. I don't know what they're going to do or what they have planned as a comeback. But I feel like definitely the damage has been done.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not sure how many people, naturalistas, are willing to forgive them.
Yeah.
I guess it just goes to show you that you gotta be really careful with when you're trying to expand and stuff and offending people.
Yeah.
Offending your customers, offending your followers, or whatever the case might be.
It definitely.
And then I guess cleaning up.
Yeah, it definitely showed. Well, here's some points I'd like to dirt you, because I listened to the gentleman that founded the company with his relatives, actually, with a matriarch of the family. So I listened to the interview, and his so for the viewers or the podcast listeners, Shea Moisture had a commercial which is typically known as a black owned natural hair care company, and has always been a champion of natural hair. Last year or this year, or maybe late last year, they had the commercial which was shaking the aisles and bringing natural black products to the market in a bigger way. Well, just recently they were expanding their marketing and had a commercial which featured a mixed race lady and white women, Caucasian women with red hair or different types of hair, and it outraged their core demographic. So one of the things that he said was, he said, in order for us to grow, and I'm not verbatim, but he said, in order for us to grow and be able to provide you, our audience, with more education and more of Shea Moisture, we need to expand our market and the bottom line. So what he was saying was money was the reason for that. And then the second thing he did was, he said that because Shea Moisture is more about healthy hair, they had filmed like a lot of segments, 24, of women in different races, ethnic backgrounds, and hair types, about their hair journey, and that was the one that got picked to be the first one, and it didn't go through the proper channels for being released, because they've been very particular about their marketing. So 2 questions I want to pose to you guys. One, I don't personally feel like you should always look at money as the bottom line, and Zena and I were speaking about this earlier. Why should money alienate you from your core audience? And secondly, do you believe that it was just a mistake in marketing, why it got through, that it slipped through the cracks?
Yeah, I mean, I've got mixed feelings about this as well, in terms of the fact that there is definitely an education piece in terms of how business works, and the fact, to his point, the fact that in order for him to do more, he has to have more to do more with, and the only way you could do that is have more market share. And we, as in people of African descent, Caribbean descent, black people, only make up a portion of that demographic. So how else can you expand apart from tailoring your products to meet a bigger demand? So there's that piece as well. The other piece is, it's an education in terms of how things work once you decide to give away part of your business to someone that doesn't necessarily understand your business. So we had Kende Olorimoye, who's in the music industry, on our page recently, talking about talent and the importance for talent to think about, who they partner with in terms of record companies, and do you want to think about going out on your own if you can't find somebody that knows your music, like Stormzy, and knows what to do with it. Do you go for the money, or do you wait for somebody who understands your product so they can put it out there properly? So Stormzy's a great example of someone who did use his integrity and wait, and as a result, he's had really good success, and also the right company supporting him and backing him. So I think part of that is a lesson to, best businesses that target to niche audiences in terms of who you choose to partner with and making sure they know your product. And then the other piece is, like I said, that it's clear that it didn't go through the proper channels. If they've been doing certain things for a long time with this community and doing things right, and then they've done this one thing, like Candice said, that's kind of messed things up, is that his fault, or the fact that the person in the marketing department just didn't know what they were doing? And should we hold that against him based on something that he may have had limited control around? So what are we actually really angry about? That's what I really want to understand, number two. And then there's a bigger piece for me in terms of, like, obviously the sequencing of those adverts were wrong, because if they had the darker skinned person in the advert, then maybe we wouldn't have this controversy and those other adverts came later. But then it's that whole thing in terms of where there was a mixed race person in the advert who is considered in many different communities as black. If it was Obama in the picture, if it was Bob Marley in the picture, would it be, an issue? I mean, if it was Alicia Keys where do we draw in the boundaries between, us feeling like we're being represented and not represented? And does this go back into the realms of shadism?
Yes.
So it's a complicated kind of situation, but I kind of feel like if this company has been creating scholarships for people in the community, they've been doing some fair trading, they're a B corporation in terms of which is focused on doing good in business, do we just not have a conversation rather than boycotting them? Like, do we just not have a conversation?
Yeah, I agree. I think the boycotting was too extreme. I think that it was one mistake. I do think that when you investigate companies now and you look at the background, I think more than 70% of their marketing staff are white, Caucasian, or non-black women. So I think there's a disconnect there. I also think that the market, as we know, the natural hair market is going up. I don't think he exhausted all the potential eyes and hair products of globally women with natural hair that would give him the resources to do that. Jumping straight from when the natural hair market is still going up with women of color and the research is there straight to the quote unquote non-black market was a bit of an ambitious leap. Any closing words from you?
So which other markets are you thinking of? Thinking he should have gone global, but then how much do we know about the costs to take that product and make it global and tailor a commercial or tailor a whole marketing package to different global demographic markets rather than staying in your location and then just expanding your reach?
Yeah, that's true too. I think that if they've got the product already done and it's just a case of marketing and distributing, I think that's a lot easier than saying, hey, white ladies, this is what all the black people are using. You should come over here. We could try to sell it to you too, which is what I kind of think they did. I don't think white people were really checking for shea moisture. Shea butter, but not shea moisture.
I think it goes beyond. I don't think it's a shadism thing that really set it off. I think it's a texture thing. The woman that they had in the video is not that she's light. I'm hoping that's not where people are upset about, that she's light skinned or whatever. They're thinking that her hair texture doesn't look like the average customer that uses shea moisture products.
Well,
the people that actually
that leads me to my next thing, that it's color. I think it is, that's a great segue to, because of the video that we looked at with the pride, the joke, what was it, the video that we saw where the women were the natural cult? I forget that video.
The peak video.
The peak video.
If natural was a cult.
If natural was a cult. So we'll put those up for the listeners and viewers to see. It was a very funny, a bit like, it reminded me of the Beyonce, the Beehive on Saturday Night Live. Like, if you're not natural, you must join us. So it was funny, but the comments let me know.